And we back just like that. Just like we went to the store, we went to the corner store and we came right back. And we here, man. This ain't officially season 3, but it's a countdown to season 3.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm the guy G Holy.
I'm Yasin Toure.
We y'all know who he is, man. This the countdown. How you feeling?
I'm happy that the couple cast is back.
Yeah.
It's been a while. We always talking about a lot of topics, so we definitely have, been staying sharp.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing comes from like our personal life, right?
Yeah.
Like our conversations we be having anyway. So, it's always going to be interesting when we get back because I mean, we sharpen each other so much.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I think we already had natural chemistry, right?
Yeah.
But I think we've been building even on top of that, just like anybody who works with anybody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we've been having these conversations for years and years and years, and we just let the people in on a little bit of them. So
yeah, correct.
Yeah.
But let's get straight to it.
Let's go.
So
you know how we do.
Mary J. Blige did an interview and she was asked about, having children. For y'all who don't know, she doesn't have any children. And she said that she was really happy about her situation, about, never having children because she enjoyed the freedom of, basically being able to be an aunt, having nieces and nephews, but never really being responsible for children, herself. Like she said, she heard people or seen people having to get babysitters and try to figure it out, I guess with their career. And then also like, she was like the idea of taking care of someone all day, every day. It just wasn't for her. She really enjoyed being able to just get up and go and live her life.
Yeah, I get it. And when I first heard about it, I thought it was selfish, right? I was like, yo, how selfish is that? And then when I got to thinking about it, I'm like, how could it be selfish when it ain't nothing to be selfish about? Like you being selfish towards who? These people don't exist.
Exactly.
So I would say more self-centered than selfish. So it was surprising though, because I feel like Mary is a person, and I don't know her. I could be wrong.
Right.
But I feel like she a person that's like, all about family and things of that sort. So I would think she would want her own of that. You get what I'm saying? I would think she would want her own direct family to, she seemed like she got a lot of loving energy, nurturing energy. I see the way she treat her people. You get what I'm saying? I would think she want that in the household.
It's funny because I've always seen her the other way, like the opposite of that. Like, you have that auntie that's really like, she look really nice, beautiful shape.
None of my aunts look really nice.
Beautiful shape. She probably got like some new boyfriend all the time, drive a nice car, got a nice job, and she got sisters that's all fed and married and children. She just come like really with that youthful energy. That's like, yo, I'm a boss. I'm about my business and I have the things I'm into. Like I always felt that type of energy from her. And those people usually don't want any children. And sometimes they do be in family, like into family, like where they take care of their family. They're loyal to their family. They come around. They be there for Thanksgiving. They come on a holiday. They be there on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? They help with the money. They pay and take care of everybody in their family. Because Mary did that. So I think that's still her. But, I don't look at it as a selfish thing because I just feel like it's a life choice. Like, you have to decide what's right for you. Now, you know what I do think is selfish? Yeah. When people decide to have children knowing they don't really want to be there.
Yeah.
They don't really want to participate in a way that they know that they probably.
And everybody don't need a family for the record. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't need a family. And but you're right. That is very selfish when people have a family knowing that they not like the type of people even be able to take care of this family the way that it needs to be. But I think it's a little bit of socialization that goes on there. Like, I think we supposed to have children.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when I didn't have any children, that'd be the first thing, especially like all the older people, like, yo, when you gonna have children? It's like,
oh yeah, they feel
why are you just assuming? It's like when people say, when you going to college? It's like you even asked me if I was going to college.
And you don't even think to yourself, do you want to go to college? And so the same thing I think happens with parenting. People sometimes, like, especially with women, right? They get into a relationship, it becomes like an automatic thing.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you don't even realize, like, yo, I never wanted to be a mother. How did I get into this position where I'm a mother?
Yeah.
But you just kind of there.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I think that's how it happens for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because it's either two things, right? It's unplanned pregnancy, or you thought it was going to be the long haul and it's not. You know, so.
Yeah, or you just thought that's what you were supposed to do. Because like you said, people ask you when you're going to do it.
Yeah. I'm saying, yeah, just as a part of I'm saying you with somebody and you're like, we're going to be together forever. So we might as well just do get married, have the children, get the mortgage, get the dog, get the fish tank, just average shit.
I'm just saying it's people that not necessarily don't want to do it, but that's what their partner want.
Yeah, that too. I think it's always one partner that's like the catalyst and all this shit. That's what it seemed like to me. It seemed like it's always one person dragging another person.
Let me ask you this. Do you think there are pros to being a couple that does not have any children?
Hell yeah.
What would you say those pros are?
Man, you could just move around different. You know what I'm saying? You know, you see us, well, everywhere we go, we got our tails with us. You know, it's like, so if we just wanted to up and go to France, you know what I'm saying, as two grown adults that, assuming that they got careers that allow them to just up and go to France, just do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's two things that's going to happen in France when you with your children. You're going to have them all the time, or somebody else going to have to have them. But they got to be accounted for constantly, all day, every day. So, but it's pros to having children too. Because it's nothing like having children.
Right, exactly.
So it's pros and cons to all this stuff. But yeah, not having children in a relationship, you could like get a 1-bedroom apartment.
Right. It's
like just save a lot
of money with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Food and shoes and clothes and schooling and trips and I mean, even these activities that these children are in. And then later with college and apartments and they just constantly asking money.
Yeah, all that type of stuff.
Like, I watched my friend who she just had a baby, right?
Yeah.
But it was very important for her to not have, she told me this a long, long time ago, to not have her first child until she was like in her mid-30s.
Yeah.
She wanted her 20s to be for her.
Yeah.
And so while everyone else was like having babies, I watched them as a couple, just couple without children.
Yeah.
And I did see some of the pros because they were just like going on weekend trips and like coming home to after work, just being with each other and just like, you know, living their life, doing couple shit without ever having to
fucking when they want to.
Anywhere.
Not
all
when
the
they
time.
can.
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, that make it more exciting sometimes too. See, that's what I'm saying. It's more,
exactly. Right.
Shit. When you can fuck all the time, it's like,
I do think that it does change when you get older. I think when you're in your 60s, I think most people are going to wish that they had children.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Of course. By that time. And that's what I was thinking when Mary said that. That's the exact thing I was thinking. It's funny. I was like, yo, when she's really older, she's going to look and say, damn, I wish I had somebody that's like, you know, not to take care of me, but like that type of love, you know, like is different types of love.
Yeah.
You got the love from your children, the love, even your grandparents and your parent, like your mom and your grandmom love you two different ways. You know what I'm saying? So it's all type of love. And just to never had a chance to experience the type of love from a child.
even if you're not married, right, and you're a regular person, a lot of people are going to need it for survival. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, because you see when you in your 60s and 70s, a lot of your friends die off.
Yeah.
And so you really need your children to take care of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I remember our daughter seen, I'm saying my daughter like I'm talking to the people.
No, it's okay.
Our daughter seen this elderly lady at the laundromat. She was like, Mom, she could barely pick up her clothes and like push the cart in. And I was just like, that's a shame. Like, this is why
I actually be seeing them people too.
Right, you know?
Like, they be super old and just doing shit. Like, first of all, they be in everybody way. And it's like, they don't even care. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, if you had, you know, a little son, daughter, you know what I mean? And first of all, a lot of times they do. Their son live in Kentucky. Their daughter is not coming to do that shit. Like, it's
nobody's
different.
helping them.
It's dynamics that go into that. Yes. But it's a lot of them that just never had children. So.
Yeah, and it's like, this is where I'm like, wow, her daughter should be doing this for her or her son. Somebody should come just once a week, come get all her clothes, wash them, and bring them back.
But how realistic is that, though? Because when will it ever be a time where you can just once a week in your busy schedule go do some shit for your mom as simple as folding clothes and washing clothes? Now, if you're doing that, you're probably going to have 5 or 6 other tasks to do throughout the week. For how realistic is that when you got a career?
All the people that I know who have an elderly mom, they do those things for their mother.
They must be getting paid off that shit.
No, they not. Hell no.
How can you spend that much time doing something you're not getting paid for?
Because it's your mother. What are you talking about?
No, I'm not saying how. I'm saying I'm talking about just like on the time is money. So you got a full-time job or you have a business or whatever is going on.
Yeah, and I'm saying on a Sunday where you would be sitting down watching TV.
Okay.
And in the weekdays. Like, I know mad people. My mother, my boss at my former job, she did the same thing. She'd be like, oh, I got to take my mother to the pharmacy when I get off of work. Get pick up her medication. Oh, I take her shopping on Sundays to go get her groceries. And I've seen your mother do it for her mother-in-law.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like, because these people need to be taken care of. You're just not going to be like, your mother called and you're just going to be like, well, good luck with that.
I get that, but imagine, this is what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gary Vee gonna be taking care of his dad. I'm saying I'm saying a super busy, like, what if you got a job what if you like an engineer for rappers?
But this is what I'm telling you. When you're in that position, you can afford to have all those things serviced. Nobody has to do it. Nobody.
Yeah, but I mean, like, one of them that's not making a whole bunch of money, though.
You should say Gary Vee.
No, I'm saying, but it's people who is as busy as Gary Vee that just don't got the Gary Vee money.
And yeah, honestly, they just make time. I'm so serious. You just have to, because you don't have no, and this is the thing. Everybody has time. There's nobody, like, what position do you feel like somebody would just have no time to do it?
A small business owner.
They make their own schedule.
They do make their own schedule, but when it's just you and you running the business, it's like you might have to be in the store or whatever you're doing for 16, 18 hours a day.
No, you'll find a way to do what you need to do.
Okay.
I mean, it's not really nothing that, I'm gonna tell you why. People always, this is kind of like outside of the topic, but people always used to make it seem like there's careers where people are like super fucking busy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, a doctor or a lawyer or a business owner. And I knew moms in the hood that lived in a project that was working 2-3 jobs. They had a day job where they worked for 10 hours and then they went to their night job.
No, they just on some superhero shit. I never knew how this person had 3 children go to community college,
Facts.
and got 2 jobs.
Facts.
They have to have more than 24
but
hours a day.
Our society will be like, oh, these people that are like lawyers. And I'm like, yo, I love when that judge on that show, Judge Lynn Toler, said, oh, that's very commendable. You doing 14 hours a day of work. I've never done that before.
Right.
She's a judge that graduated from Harvard and worked in district attorney office.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the real ones that's really putting in this time be like, yo, these mothers in the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I babysat for friends that literally work for 10 hours, called me, was like, yo, can you pick up my son? I'm going to do an extra shift. Like, damn. And they still figured out how to go do all their regular stuff. So I'm saying people could figure out how to do stuff that they feel like they need to do.
Yeah.
Because we did it. We seen them do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
But
moving forward.
So we was talking about exes. A lot of stuff has been going on with Kanye. I don't really want to talk too much about it.
Let's use a code word. Let's say cayenne.
Cayenne.
A lot of stuff been going on with cayenne pepper.
Some people say he really want whatever his wife back. Some say he don't. But it definitely brought something to me that I thought was interesting, which is, how do you know, whether because you're the person doing it or it's happening to you, how do you know if you want your ex back because you genuinely want them back, or you just want your ex to still want you?
Most of the time, you just want your ex to still want you. But how do you know? How do you know if you the person who is the ex? Like, how do you know if you're the pursuer or the pursuee?
Either way, how do you even know that?
Let's think. Let's start with the pursuer.
Okay.
You just know. You know in your heart. Like you know you're not chasing this person so that y'all can it's so that they won't, have skeet in their bedroom and you don't really want this person. Like right. I don't even think he never want to kill. I don't think he the type of person but that's Cayenne. We ain't getting into Cayenne. But right. As the pursuee, I don't know if you can ever tell.
You can't tell. You can't tell until it's too late. Till you already let them back in.
Yeah. Well, it is. All right. It is a few telltale signs. Though.
Right.
Right. Like all right. So look, everybody break up to make up.
Yeah.
So, but as soon as they get you back, it's like they don't even pay you no mind.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's just like everything goes back to normal. Yeah. And you're like, for real?
Yeah, like you ain't a treasure no more once you there every day.
Right.
So yeah, that's a telltale sign. But man, that just go into agendas and shit like that. You would never know. Like somebody might right now be plotting on me, trying to be your friend to get to me.
Right.
How would you know that?
Exactly.
I'm sexy. They want me. Yeah, they befriend you. They trying to get next to me. It is what it is.
Right. So moving on, because we
answered that.
I did. I'm saying I agree with you. Right. We figured that out really quick. Okay.
Yeah. No, let's go.
Plies says we've seen this on.
Hold on, you got to introduce him right.
Plies.
The legendary Plies
says that if you go on social media to tell your problems, you're either seeking attention or sympathy. You agree or not?
All right. So this is a weird one. Cause I agree for the most part, right? But see, I think also we got this filter. We don't have a filter no more between like social media and ourselves. Like, all right. So I have a brain, right?
Yes.
My brain is connected to my mind.
Yes.
My mind tells my brain things and it comes out of my mouth but I get that buffer as a filter. We have totally thrown that away.
Yes.
And this is the difference. All of our thoughts, our raw thoughts go to social media.
Correct.
I don't even know if half the time we're even doing it with a particular motive. It's just we thinking out loud now via social media.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell when it's a little contrived, like, yo, this person is looking for something from this. They're trolling or they want some attention, whatever it is. But most times when most people just throw stuff up that they don't even know, like it be times where you be like, yo, I seen that on such and such. That was funny. I seen it in your stories. It was funny. I'd be like, yo, I don't know what's in my stories. I'm not even connected to it. It's just like a quick, it's like having a thought that fleeted. Only reason you know I had the thought is because the story is still there to have a record that I had that thought, but that's not something that I sat and planned.
Right. And then you have the people that post all the subliminal quotations that's giving, what comes off, what they would think comes off as random life advice. Really, it's about what's going on with them. Definitely. And then now we know everything. But I agree with you. I feel like there is no filter, and people are just being raw and just saying all these things. And I'm gonna be honest. I did it before. Yeah. And I regretted it. And I would never do that dumb shit again. And that's just me. The reason why I won't do that again is because the people on social media is not your family. They are not your friends. Most of them are not. Yeah. The majority of them are not. Yeah. Probably are the people that actually follow you. It's probably like 2%. Yeah. Especially if you have like a large following. You know what I'm saying? It's a small percentage. So when you go ahead and you share that, a lot of times you're sharing things to enemies. Yeah. Sometimes you're sharing things to people that don't have your best interests at heart. People that be happy to see you suffer. That would be happy to see you not doing well. And so you give people the weapon to destroy you. And it may sound like I'm being really dark, but I had it happen to me where I was like, yo, I shared something. And later they came back and was like, yeah, and that day, da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's crazy because I don't know.
I got to call y'all on something real fast.
Go ahead, do that.
I did a mic check.
Yeah.
And everything was cool. You keep moving the mic further and further away from your mouth.
I'm sorry.
And not only that, you just got now you're just talking like super low. Like you started doing this and you was like, so I'm just saying. But go ahead.
But yeah. So I definitely regret that. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to sound too dark, but I don't think you should ever put yourself in that position to let random people, strangers, or people that know you that don't have like I said, the best interest at heart for you to be able to have ammo to destroy you later. Keep that to people that care about you, people that love you. Or a therapist. Yeah. That's my advice to that. Now you want to say something with the intention to inspire other people, cool, but know what you're doing and how much you offering up.
Well, how can we say that though? Right? Like how can we say balance is a weird thing, right? Because sometimes balance means going against the grain, right? Like some people would say, like how people say, yo, you need alkaline stuff and you need acidic stuff in your diet to be balanced. Yeah. No, if your body is naturally trying to move towards acidity, you may have to eat all alkaline for the balance. If you get in a river, you don't say, all right, I'm going to go paddle this way and then paddle. No, the river is moving this way. If you want balance, you got to.
I'm confused though. So what's the balance that you mean?
I'm saying people don't think that you should do this stuff on social media. But like you said, you can do the opposite. You can share all your inspirational and this, that, and the third. But if that was all we saw.
No, that's not what I was saying.
Okay.
I was saying that if you decide to share something that happened to you that was very personal and painful. Yeah. Because you think it will inspire others and help somebody else, then you can do that. I understand doing that for that reason. But I wouldn't just.
But that's what I'm saying. What about just I get what you're saying about these people don't care about you and things of that nature. But what if you don't actually have all right, look, on my personal story.
Okay.
It was times where I felt like the people that I could have talked to, I didn't want to talk to.
Yes.
The people I wanted to talk to didn't want to talk to me.
Correct.
Or whatever it was. And I'm like, I'm just going to take this to social media. And even with the backlash, it just felt good to say it.
Yeah, I don't think that's wise. I don't think it's wise because it always has a consequence. You think you're just venting, it's somebody that's picking up their phone in your story, turning to somebody beside them, having a conversation about you, about what you're doing. Or now they're strategizing about what they're going to do. If you're in a relationship and you're venting about your relationship, somebody's strategizing about how it's not going well, how they about to hit you up.
Fact.
And use it as an opportunity to get to be a part of something. If you're talking about your mental health, somebody is saying, oh, I always knew this person was effing crazy, and is going to use it later as an example to talk about you.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Whatever it is, if it's about people
I
and
get
people say all
but we're
kind
not
of
saying
things.
two different things because I'm saying it was temporary satisfaction and you're saying it's temporary satisfaction.
Yes, it is a temporary satisfaction, but it doesn't become temporary satisfaction when you realize these people do not care and that you're just putting yourself in a really dangerous position.
But I don't take online at all serious anymore, like in any way, any aspect, because it's a one big joke. Like it's to the point where I'm looking at it like high school on 10.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not even. That's kind of why I phased out of the politics in high school too, for these same exact reasons. Like you got the cool club, and then you got the jocks, and then it's like
me too.
I'm out.
And you know what's funny? Like we're kind of forced to be a part of it because of the businesses and the creative things that we do, right?
Yeah.
But
people don't believe that though.
Right.
People don't believe when I tell them I wouldn't have it otherwise.
Exactly. But you know, the game during that time where during the pandemic where everybody was on Clubhouse, he had like a run where he was talking about cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Because women was talking, and the women was like,
listen.
It was like, yo, they was talking about their experiences of being bullied online. And there was one girl that came on, and I remember she said, yo, it's these girls that's following me from room to room that's spreading all this information. Every time I raise my hand to talk in a room, they're coming in after me to try to expose me in every situation. And you know, he was just like, yo, ma, you're not about to lose your mind on this. You about to just check out. That's all you gotta do. Is get offline. She was like, nah, I can't do that. Da, 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 da. And he just was trying to say it over and over again. Y'all keep complaining about how y'all getting bullied and all this stuff happening online. Can you just get offline? That's all you gotta do is get offline, turn your phone off. And people are unwilling to do that.
It's like getting off life though.
Yeah.
It's like saying, yo, listen, you ain't gotta be bullied. Just get off life.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, listen, if you haven't noticed, the reason that the metaverse can even exist and they know that people is going there is because they live in their consciousness is feeling normal within a digital medium.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So they got us. It's no way you're gonna be itching and scratching to go back on that shit. It's like when you off your phone, it's like you paused your life.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So people are going on people's page and looking at all these situations, everything that happened, and they're using it as ammo, and it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And you never know. See, look, and this is why artists be offended, because they know that everybody's watching.
Yeah. They
know that everybody is watching because everybody's watching everybody.
They are. And
it's like, yo, you really just not going to click the link in my bio, are you?
Right. And you think that it's just celebrities who, when they say things, people screenshot it and save it and use it. And no, you be a regular person. People, weirdos, do that. Yeah, your stalkers is doing that. They're taking screenshots of your stories and your posts that you think you deleted and that's gone. No. Even a whole
you
collection.
Can never delete none off the internet. If you have, if you have maybe 1,000 followers,
yeah,
everything you do is coming back to you.
coming back. You like,
because they won't let you delete it. They're going to screenshot it, and that's going to be that.
Yeah.
I got screenshots of shit that I'm sure people think they deleted.
Right.
I have them.
Wow, you're one of those people, man. What's up?
Nah, it was shit that, like, when you see a unicorn, you got to take a picture of it.
And see, that's what I'm saying. And they try to be all weird one day and throw it at you and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, online is a dangerous place. And when you know
I was
it's
gonna go into an actual situation.
Go ahead.
Well, look, when homegirl from Philly, you know what I'm saying? She was giving that head up on her Instagram stories, you know what I'm saying? Boy came in her mouth. Crazy shit. She put it on her own Instagram story. I don't know if she was high, drunk, whatever it was. I'm like, I think this is something that should be saved, not for me.
I know what you're talking about. I know what story that was. I remember the story of what that was.
Yeah, you got to document history. It's like you're never going to see this again.
And this is my point. Whatever your life challenges are, people are taking screenshots and saving it and using it whenever they decide.
Energetically, that can't be great for, your own progress.
Exactly. So know that online is a dangerous place. Play safe. And you know what I'm saying? Don't get too relaxed. Don't thinking that your page is your house.
I ain't never too relaxed, nigga. That's you know what? I do the bullshit consciously. Yeah. So I am never but that's just my life. I'm never really comfortable. Yeah. As you can say. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm always just thinking.
I want to get into rap. So I had a question for you.
You're trying to become a rapper is what you're saying?
I'm always trying to become a rapper. You are a rapper.
Life on Earth is out now.
Yes, right. We have a single together.
We did a song together.
We have more songs together.
We got way more songs coming together.
Because we have a group.
And we have a group called Catch Feelings. Yeah.
But so go check that out if you're listening. Put Life on Earth. It's available on all streaming platforms
right now.
Yes. So anyway, rap. What is your favorite era of hip hop or time?
1971.
Outside of the 90s.
What the shit from what's that shit called from Netflix with books and Shaolin Fantastic?
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Past the 90s. So 2000 to now.
Damn, what's my favorite era?
Or time. It don't have to be like a whole era. Just like whatever.
Yeah.
Even if it was 2 years.
Yeah, past the night. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It got to be like 2000 to 2003. Because that era, let me tell you about that era real fast. Clue was kind of passing the torch to Envy a little bit towards the end of that era, but it was still kind of the Clue era. Mm-hmm. All right, think about this. We got Jay-Z, in his prime, in his era, right?
Yep.
We got DMX just past his prime.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We still got the Noris and whoever, right? But we also got Nelly coming in with a whole different flavor. We got Eminem, maybe at the height of his career. We got Ja Rule burning up the charts.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got, like I said, a young 50 Cent coming in the game. 50 dropped in 03.
Yes.
We got Fabulous.
Yeah.
We got The Game first coming in mixtapes. We got Joe Budden on a major, hot.
That's a fun time.
We got, the first time we was, introduced to Ransom around that time. Because Ransom was in a group called, he was in a group with Hitchcock called, forgot the damn name of the group. But, damn, that's crazy. One of my favorite groups. But anyway, so we got Spitters on the underground and we got mainstream shit at the same time. We got Lil Bow Wow was still hot then. We just had, it just was a plethora of.
Jay-Z was on, what was Jay-Z doing?
Jay-Z was on Blueprint and he ended that era with the Black Album.
Oh, crazy.
Right.
Crazy time.
The last good DMX album came out around that time.
Okay.
Well, before the last one, because I really liked the last one, his posthumous album. And yeah, like I said, it just was. Oh, the clips came through with Grind in the O2. It was too much, man. We had everything from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lil Wayne was just starting to heat up. It was just it's a dope time. So 2000 to 2003, probably my favorite era still. You got Dipset, Rockefeller, and G-Unit rocking at the same time, and Murder Inc.
Yeah, I think that's dope. You know, for me, you wouldn't be able to tell me that I would have said this if you asked me when I was in that time.
Can I guess it?
Yeah, go ahead.
The blog era. I would say maybe like 08 to 2010, or like 07 or like
I was
10.
gonna say a little bit before then. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say 2007, 2010. Yeah, I think that was a really fun time because it introduced us to just a whole new era of hip hop that we didn't even think was possible.
Yeah.
Whole new group of artists, you know, the Kanye's, Lupe Fiascos, the Mickey Facts, the Charles Hamilton, the Wale's.
Yeah, I can name them all.
Like, right? I remember like paying attention.
But Nicki and Drake was in that era too.
Yeah,
they just wasn't like the blog stars, but
yeah. Even I remember Big Sean, like finding out about him in the blog because he was like all in parties in New York City.
Yep.
Like, and it was and much Kid Cudi and so many more. And what made that time so fun is because if you was somebody like me who was more than just a loner, but like just somebody that liked to be inside the house, but also love hip hop.
Yeah.
So like I'm like on the computer.
I get it.
And this is who really that
I'm going
was
crazy on Kazaa.
Yeah, I'm like on all the blogs. I had all my favorite ones. And I would just go in there every day and it was so exciting. Like what was going to be posted, you know what I'm saying? And I know why that era ended because like just speaking like the blog era, it just got so not reliable anymore. Like everything was paid. Everything
became paid.
And when it became that and the labels and marketing and PR got all a part of it, they just destroyed the authenticity of those bloggers who really had their pulse on what was happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you what you're saying is real. If you allow me to interject real fast.
Yeah.
I can tell you what you're saying is real because I came in on the tail end of that.
Yeah.
I was so late on blogs. Like people was like, yo, you gotta get shit on blogs. I'm like, I'm rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling mixtapes. I'm just rapping in the street. I'm thinking like, what is even a blog? You know? And by the time I came around to it, people was like, yo, you got to hit up this. I hit all these people up. They just hit me back with packages.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I don't, why would you want to do this?
Yeah. I mean, you started off with people that was just passionate, and we went from chat rooms and forums, which, you know, then blog sites where you create your own blog. So they was just passionate and giving their opinion and just dedicated, and that turned into a way for them to make money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they helped ruin it too.
Yeah.
But it was super dope because it felt like you were crate digging. You was finding all these different artists that you may not have access to because they weren't on the radio. They didn't necessarily have label support, but they was fire from wherever city they was from, and then you could like be a part of the cult following.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can honestly say that's a part of hip hop that I missed.
Yeah.
And I missed that whole wave.
I remember I had a friend that asked me, like I used to play, I think it was a song about Wale. I forgot the name of it. But anyway, I used to
Nike Boots?
No. But I used to play
Dig Dug?
I don't know. But I used to play all the time around the house. I remember my friend was like, yo, why do you play this? Like, I never heard this on the radio. Like, where is this from? And I was telling her, and she was like, yo, you just play something random like that, like nobody else is listening to. I was like, nah, like people really listen. Like, you gotta know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Every time something is revolutionary in music, the labels come behind and figure out how to just take control of it.
Yeah, of course.
And everybody got a price. I learned that with us having our site with gholy.com.
Yeah.
Like, yo, if you don't go get the money ain't, it's like, it gets to a point where it's like, yo, what are we doing here?
Exactly.
And so if some label, if some label hits you like, yo, listen, you got a dope audience. We're going to slide you, we need 30 posts from you in the next year. We're going to slide you 20K, whatever it is. It's hard to say no because you're like, damn, it's just, all right, this is one artist. I get a little, you know what I mean? Get some. Yeah. But then what happened when it's like everybody you post, you don't even have time to, or a space to fit in people who you genuinely mess with.
Exactly.
And then you just become compromised and it's over. You lose all credibility. The blogs killed themselves. You're right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't on that. We were still in the streets.
Yeah.
It was all about DVD. That's what I'm saying. It still was about mixtapes and DVDs for us around that time. So that wasn't my world. It was, I spent a year trying to figure out what a blog was.
That's funny.
Like I was trying to find a solid definition to what a blog was. People were like, yo, the blog. I'm like, what is that? I even get it.
That era also helped those MCs because the ones that really understood it, they would go to events that they needed to be at, and those events would get reported by the bloggers.
Exactly.
And they was networking with socialites, and that they was able to do that. Like the whole, going to Santos Club in New York City and stuff like that with Vashti, like. It really put people on being where they needed to be.
That was the first time. That was like, I guess you could say the beginning of alternative media and music. Like what academics does now, the blogs was then. You know what I mean? It was an alternate, like, yo, you don't gotta go mainstream. You could just blog, and like if you was a star on the blog, I would have rather been a star on the blogs than been like mainstream at the time, because those people still have cult followings.
Yes,
just
absolutely.
Because of the way you found them.
Absolutely.
The discovery portion of it made people cult fans.
Yeah, I was just saying that about a couple artists that came out. I think it was, I want to say 2010 to 2013. Artists that had like some weird viral video that we found out about on Twitter or YouTube, or you know what I mean? Like they have this weird cult following till today. Yeah. And they just made some really weird song that had an even weirder video. Yeah,
like Lil B and all that shit.
Yeah, all those people, like freaking so many. But yeah, and I'm just like, what was that? But that was in that time. Like,
my man was around that time, towards the tail end of that time. And JJ Ice Fish.
Yeah. I think
like that.
I think what made those people special, like you just said, where we found them, they were like doing something we hadn't seen on that platform yet, because everything was so fresh and new.
Yep. And then, like I said, the labels, they came and murdered it. They came and murdered streaming. If you didn't know, streaming was the answer to Napster.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
If they didn't develop streaming, they would never be able to sell music again.
Yeah.
They'd just be making it for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So just know that wherever they going is where you shouldn't be. This is the crazy part. All the people that's making money in the streaming era is not streaming. They doing Bandcamp. They doing merch. They doing this. They doing that. So as an artist, I would say wherever the labels is sending all their artists to, stay away from that shit, because you can't even win within that space. One.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Two, it's rebels. It's like fanatics of different types of shit. That's rebels that's going against the mainstream shit. Correct. That's who you got to catch, because they right there for you. You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
And then, like I said, I said I wasn't going to mention it, but I can mention it now because it's within the context. How Benny just sold 7,500 physical copies. And that's probably the largest amount of physical copies from an artist you might get all year.
Right.
From a rapper.
Real quick. You brought up something that I still want to know more about. You said underground versus the mainstream.
I was going there. Yeah.
Yeah. Explain that to me. What do you feel like is the difference now? Because like you said, Griselda would be considered underground. Yet they're signed to mainstream, big time labels, and they feel mainstream. A lot of the opportunities they have.
Well, they look mainstream. I don't know if they sound.
Yeah, they don't sound or not. Like, so let me not use the word feel because that's not correct. I meant they look like they have a lot of support compared to what you would think underground means. Exactly, but so did Jay Electronica. And that's where you get like this weird space that people be in when they be like, it's no such thing as like, all right, with the 360 deals now. Yeah. There's no such thing as failing on a label. Well, not no such thing. It's like really hard. Because before, all they had to sell from you was music. So if your music flopped, it was over. But now, if you can get a good brand going, they can make money off you that way. Yeah. It don't even matter about the music. You know what I mean? So you got people who is like mainstream underground. Like I was saying, Griselda, they on majors, but they feel underground. And you got people that's like on little labels, like smaller labels like E1, but they got a big hit record. Yeah. But the thing I really wanted to talk about was underground versus independent. Oh. Independent is this what I'm saying. People look at give me somebody. Russ. That's independent. Troy Ave. Russ is independent, but it's a little misleading. You get me? Like Russ has a staff. Russ has departments that go into his business. His independent and my independent is not the same thing. Right. But it's still independent. Russ it's like this. It's like being self-employed versus having a small business. Okay. I'll be self-employed. Russ will have a small business. Come tax time, we're going to be in the same bracket, but we're not operating the same. I understand. And so it becomes a misconception about what indie actually is. And then people think that they can do things that they can't because they're people saying, oh yeah, just indie. I get what you're saying. So people, because they themselves, those ones that would basically be running like a small business. Yeah. And they say, yeah, be indie. You don't need this. You don't need that. They don't tell people what they do need and what they have in order to move like a machine. Yeah. Yeah. Cause all right. So I would say, like I said, Benny is underground. Yeah. Russ is independent, but they in the same league because they operating the same. Right. It's just that Russ may have not took a deal that Benny decided to take. Correct. But still, you're not going to be a nigga uploading shit on SoundCloud and be nowhere close to any one of them. Right. So it got to be subgenres. I'm going to be honest with you. What you're saying is 100% correct because as much as I like Russ, the idea and the image that he gives, especially if you're just like probably a very young person who doesn't think things all the way through, you just hear somebody say something, you take it for face value, is that he's just somebody that just uploads all his songs on, the music platforms. Like, okay, he makes his music, records it, mixes it, masters it, puts it on there himself, like on Spotify Tidal. And somehow it ends up on playlists. Right. Somehow it ends up on playlists. And then he just has maybe a manager. By the way, you rarely see his manager. Yeah. Well, for his brand, you can't. Right. You rarely see anybody from his team. Yeah. And nobody even claims Russ's team. Right. And then he has told us about a booking agent that he used. Yep. And then that's it. Which would make you think he just getting information from his booking agent and then, setting these big tours
I'll
just
tell you
happen.
this: you ain't putting 10,000 asses in those seats to come to a concert where you're the only performer without a team, and either a large one or a powerful one.
Yeah.
You go ahead and try that shit if you want. It's gonna be 10 total, not 10,000.
Some people's team is so powerful and it moves so well that it's like the label isn't something that they need. And some people's team puts them in a position where they're so well funded.
Yeah,
they also don't need a team. It's so many different things.
Yeah, so get some people to. If you want to be indie, you know what I'm saying, and you want to play like an underground nigga,
yes,
meaning underground, raucous niggas or whatever it is, get some niggas that believe in you, and when y'all start moving around, now you really indie. You
know what? I'm glad you brought this up. I think that is a lot harder in 2022, because I don't know if it's the same thing for you, but back in the days, when I was like 17, 18, 19, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And when you was around that age, or early 20s too, when you was around people, whether it be your friends or people that you did not know at all, and they found out that you rap and they F with you, people would volunteer to be a part of it. Like, yo, I would love to be a manager. I wanted to be a producer. I just want to engineer your project just cause. Like, you know what I mean? Yep. Like, people wanted to do street marketing and be a PR and be all this. You know what I mean? Like, you would have a full team just because they rock with you, they believed in you, and they was just happy to be a part of something that they felt like was going to go somewhere and have a place within hip hop.
Yep.
Even if it was like doing something very small,
and scarce. See, and that's when it was about talent. Yes. They looked at you, said, "This person is talented." They ain't know where you was gonna go. They like, "Yo, I'm gonna just ride this wave." Now it ain't no. Not only is ain't no place for talent.
Yeah,
like nobody's gonna hear you and be like, "You're talented. You're gonna make it." Like everybody's aware that the business is everything.
Exactly, and now it's like, people seem to only want to do that and volunteer to do that if there's some crazy numbers that are attached to your name that show that you basically already made it.
Exactly. If you have 289,000 followers, your friends gonna try to jump on board a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even friends, friends. You know what I'm saying. Of course, with strangers and like producers now, they don't care. Like they like, you gotta pay. You gotta give me this money for the beat.
Producers, if y'all don't know, y'all jipping yourself out of so much money, bro. Just get your paperwork right, get your motherfucking copyright right, and all that, and then have anybody rap on this shit, dog. Anybody.
Because I remember when producers used to be around and just listening and waiting for somebody. Then they hear somebody, they like, "Yo, meet me in the studio, like come through."
Yeah.
Now it's like it's cold, it's mechanical, like with everybody, like, "Yo, that's how much it costs."
Yep.
Da da da. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, and I don't really fuck with that, because it's something about a artist producer relationship that's supposed to be like organic.
Exactly.
It's supposed to feel like you could tell when motherfuckers really fuck with each other.
Yeah.
It makes for the best music. Like, this music sounds like business.
Yeah.
It sounds like it went down like, all right, dog, you got the bread. But when you hear Zaytoven and Gucci Mane, you could tell that they friends.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, the people with the best chemistry, you could just tell, like, all right, yeah, they in there, they really knocking them out. Hit Boy and Nas, you could tell they really in there with each other and really fuck with each other.
So let me ask you something I probably never asked you before.
I'd never been married before.
Stop playing. So as you evolve as an artist, you have more people that's working with you, that's a part of your team. Do you look at them, will you be looking at them as just workers and employees, because they didn't necessarily come come through with you from the beginning. That they, you know what I mean, like that. Because what reason I'm asking is because there are gonna be people that come along when they see the numbers, and that's they think that you're going somewhere, and they may
come in
like the music as well, but they believe in it, right? But they're not there from what you day one. So how do you treat them? Is it even safe to treat them like they family?
I'm gonna tell you something I never told you.
Okay.
It's a whole lot of day ones. Right?
Yeah.
If I say, yo, like me and you, we fasting tomorrow, it's gonna be day one of a fast. I don't get so caught up in day one, right? Because I have a lot of day ones. If you turn a new age, it's day one of that age.
I understand.
So I wouldn't treat it's like it's more of a get in where you fit in type of thing. It's more like somebody saying, yo, who's your best friend? Like all my friends are my friends.
Right.
And yeah, it is safe because I'm always vetting people in a certain way too.
Reason why I asked that is because I
know who really fucking with me.
Yeah, I remember when Harry Lupe said he thought these people was his friends, and then when he wasn't with the label no more and he didn't have hits out, he tried to call them, they didn't answer these calls. These people he had dinner with, flew out, was friends with, you know what I'm saying, talked to all the time, hung out.
Yeah, I mean, you can get fooled and caught up, but that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't be able to just come in my circle like that.
Yeah.
My circle is tight. I'm inviting people in that got, it's going to start off as business. And if we good, it's going, if we vibe, it's going to be like that. But you ain't just coming in and hanging out and you supposed to be such and such friend. And nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah. Shout out
and you can tell who genuinely mess with you. It's people online that I never met that I know fuck with me.
Yeah. Shout out to the old times, man. The old days, people wanted to just work together in a team and get it out the mud together. Now,
wasn't those the days?
Yeah, now it's a popularity contest. A popularity contest built on numbers.
It'd just be a bunch of dirty niggas in a basement, freestyling all day. The producer getting right, niggas just.
Hey, I mean, you seen Wu-Tang?
Yeah, just like that.
You be the manager. You fund it. Yo, that's the homie from around the way. He gonna do the logo. Like we all.
Yeah. Yo, we got 3 minutes left. Is there anything important?
Yes, really quick, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Whoa.
What does a couple need to do? Back to the love really fast. What does a couple need to do to stay together, to make it last? What's the most important things?
You mean past the phase of
that early phase, that puppy love phase?
Number one, it's the only thing. It's really just clear communication.
Even better.
It's just clear communication. Now what that looks like to y'all got to figure that out, because everybody think clear communication is like some type of monolith thing you could just overlay on top of everybody's an individual. So what's clear to you may not be clear to me.
Yeah.
That's why it's different classrooms in a school, different grades. So just learning where your partner is, meeting them there, and then allowing them to meet you there, being open and honest, and that's really it.
Yeah, shout out to you. I think that you represent something different in the culture. I hear a lot of women saying they tired of these men with podcasts. I don't think they talking about you.
No, they not talking about me. Now, I have been compared to some people who are, despicable black men that rate women from 1 to 10 and tell them they can't get an athlete.
But you're different, though.
I'm very different. Real fast, go ahead. You.
Me. What's important?
The same thing.
Oh, always remembering the love, no matter what. Just focus on the love. Put the energy in the love.
That's smoking hot.
Yeah.
Just like you.
Just keep moving out of love. It'll all come together and work out exactly how it should be. But that's been, this hour has been the love, the culture, rap, everything that we about. Obviously communication. And it's been a good episode.
I'm so glad we didn't have to get dressed for this episode. Right. It's very refreshing. Being able to just look at you like this.
Right. And we can be bummy. Listen, Was wearing whatever.
Bummy, not dirty. We took
not
showers.
fucking dirty.
We definitely took showers.
Not fucking dirty.
Not fucking dirty. But we about to go do what we do. We love y'all. We'll catch y'all later. Once again, this is not season 3, but it's something like it.
Yeah, we on our way there.
We on our way there.
Pre-season 3.
Pre-season 3.
Yeah, peace.
It's the pre-com, baby.
What?
All right, we out.